You hear messages about tithes all the time in church. But the question is, are they telling what the Bible actually says or not? I'm about to tell y'all right now, so stay tuned. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining 3 biblical secrets of tithing that your church did not teach you. Manipulation or obligation? We're going to find out. First things first, Christ spoke. Anything Jesus Christ said, boy, y'all got to pay attention because y'all going to miss it. Mark 7. He said, you ignore God's law and substitute your own traditions. One law says that whoever disrespects his parents should be put to death. But you say, I already vowed to give to God what I should have given to you. Now, if y'all don't know the laws, it's about 1,000 some laws. It's somewhere in there. If you look in the Bible in what's called the Torah, it's the law. It's the law that God gave to man. Now he talking to his own people. He talking to the Jews. He talking to the Hebrews. He talking to the ones that they think they got it cracking. They know the law. They know God. You understand? Same ones got out of the land of Egypt. Same ones got to the promised land. Same ones that it's the chosen ones. They're the chosen ones. And he telling them this. He said, if anybody disrespects their parents, they should be put to death, bro. But you say, I've already vowed to give to God what I would have given to you. So y'all see what he's doing now. He's saying, y'all picking and choosing. That's what people do today. Y'all picking and choosing which laws y'all want to obey. You see what I'm saying? That's a problem. And they do the same thing in church. They're going to tell you, oh, you got to do this, you got to do this. Now, spoiler alert, don't know where do it say give to the church. We're going to keep it rolling, though. We're going to keep it rolling. And he said, because he said this is just one of many examples. Many examples, cuz. Second point, Malachi, the prophet. Now we got the prophet in the building. Told his people what God said. That's the chosen one. That's the shepherd. That's the one he talked to God face to face. And now he's sitting there. He like, yo, I'm about to tell y'all exactly what God said. I'm about to tell y'all exactly. But the prophet now has a problem with them. And he told him, this is what he told him. He was like, yo, I just talked with God. He's not happy with y'all. He said, will a meal, now he gave a whole spiel on this. If you go read it yourself, you're going to see God gave a whole speech on the boys. But this is just one part of it. He said, will a mere mortal rob God? Yet you rob me. They want to know how. In tithes and offerings. So because of this, they are under a curse. Their whole nation. Bring the whole tithe into the store. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse and test and see if I won't open the floodgates of heaven to pour out. Test and see. And test and see if I won't open the floodgates of heaven to pour out so much blessing that there won't be room enough to receive it. He said, will a mere mortal rob God? The audacity. The audacity. Yet you rob me. They want to know how. That's what they want to know. They're like, what you talking about, bro? How we robbing God? We're like, dang, that's crazy. Like, you gonna accuse us like that? He said, in tithes and offerings. And so because of this, they're under a curse. Don't miss it. Hey, and if you're guilty, don't be looking at me like I'm just telling you what the Bible say. You know what I mean? They whole nation under the curse because y'all want to skimp out on the tithes and offerings. Sound familiar to me if I do say so myself. Bring the whole, and then this is what he said after the fact. He said, okay, yeah, y'all didn't bring the tithes, so y'all robbing God. If you don't tithe, that means you robbing God. So he said, bring the whole tithe into the storehouse and test and see if I won't open the floodgates of heaven to pour out so much blessing, there won't be room enough to receive it. Look, y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. So we're going to go back. There's a lot of things here. So I'm going to teach y'all. Number one, test and see. This is one of the only times where God tells you to actually test him. Test God. Test him. He said, test me, bro. Do it. Test and see if it won't happen. See if I won't pull up. Now, you don't tempt God. There's a difference between testing God and tempting God. And the difference is this. If you're testing God, you're like, okay, God, you said this. So I'm going to do this and see if it's actually true. Testing it, right? It's like an experiment. Whereas tempting God is like, God told me not to do this. It's like them people at work. Like if you got a job, you know them people that they want to test the waters. They want to see how late can they be before the supervisor will write them up. You understand? That's tempting. That's a tempting. You understand? Because it's like, I don't want to do it, but now you're trying to force my hand now. You understand? Don't tempt me. Some people will call it a threat, but it's not a threat if God said. Some of y'all missed it. It's all right. Rewatch the video. You're going to get it. So he said, bring the whole thing into the storehouse and see. This is the second part. See if I won't open the floodgates to pour out so much blessing that you won't have room enough to receive it. Now, he who has an ear, let him hear. Because if you ain't miss it, because if you ain't listen, you missed it. Check this out. So let's say, as of right now, today, you ain't tithe. That's fine. After this video, you say, okay, I'm going to tithe. It's two types of people that's going to be affected by this. Number one, the first type of person. As soon as you tithe, now, and suddenly all this blessing start coming in, two things happen. One, you know God was right. And you know the word is true. That's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because here's the other thing. Let's say if you think you've been tithing, but now suddenly you tithe, and you're like, oh no, I've been good. And suddenly you tithe and you got so much blessing you can't receive it. That means you ain't been tithing. Y'all understand? Because the thing is this, the only reason you can't receive it is it's like it built up, right? So it's like the tithe that you were supposed to give, he was going to bless you for that. But then you had all this time span of not giving. So now suddenly you give everything you got and that back is like getting back paid. You got the back pay, but you don't got enough room enough to receive it. So some of it's going to get wasted. See what I'm saying? Some of it might get destroyed. See what I'm saying? Your basket only so big because every time you tithe, you get increased capacity. But because you ain't been getting increasing your capacity, now your joint overflowing. And even though it's at a point, because a lot of times people don't tithe until like stuff's going wrong. Because like you said, now you're under a curse. So now they like, oh dang, now I'm under a curse. Let me try to fix it. Right? So now you tithe, now it's overflowing, but you can't even use it all. So you miss the blessing. Man, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Now I see why the prophets in there be saying that. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Look, we're going to keep it moving. Go back and watch the video. Read the word, pray, get the download. Now, the last point, the instruction for tithing. First of all, we're going to get into it. What does tithe mean? The word tithe means 1/10. So a tithe is 1/10. So now you got to ask yourself, 1/10 of what? So 1/10 of everything will be holy to the Lord. Whoever would redeem any of their tithe must add a fifth of the value to it. Ooh, let's get it good. So let's talk about that real quick. The 10th. Now, we're going to break this down so y'all understand. We know that tithe is a 10th. But a 10th of what? He said 1/10 of everything. 1/10 of everything. What are we doing with that 1/10 of everything? We're giving it to the church. Like the church said? Church said give it to the church. Did the Bible say give it to the church? The Bible said 1/10 of everything will be holy to the Lord. Not give it to the church. Now, pastors, don't be mad. Stick around for the rest of the video because we're going to break it down. Stick around for the whole thing so y'all get it. Will be holy to the Lord. That's the main point. You don't got to give to the church to make it holy. Understand? Now, it might be easier because now it don't fall on you. You see what I'm saying? It's a little bit easier to make it somebody else's responsibility. So you got your 10th of everything, and now you give it. You pay. Okay, now that's on y'all. I don't got to worry about nothing. It's y'all make it holy. That's your job. But if you don't necessarily need them, if you're doing the right things, you see what I'm saying? So if you walk in step with Christ anyway, and you're 100% of your money should be going towards Him. You see what I'm saying? Man, y'all missing it. I'm talking. Y'all. Or can I get a witness? You understand? So 100% of everything you're giving should always be going back to God. And He only asked for 1/10 of it to be holy. So what does holy mean? So whatever the church is using the money for, or the 10th of everything for, you should be doing that same thing. If you're already doing that same thing, serving, giving, uh, reaching out, teaching, all these types of things, right? It's being made holy for the Lord. Anointing, these things cost. You understand? And this is the one part they don't tell you. This is the part that get a lot of y'all caught up. Does it say whoever would redeem any of their tithe must add a fifth of the value to it? Because it's the 10th of the first fruits. It's the first part of it. So let's say, for instance, in modern day, you get a check, right? You get $1,000 check, and you're like, "Dang, I gotta pay my month. I gotta pay my rent." It's the first, and it's $1,000, right? Okay, you got a couple scenarios here. Either you can pay the rent 900, give God 100, right? But you got to give him the 100 first. You can't be like, "Oh, let me pay the tithe first," because now you done took out, unless you separate it, right? You separate it. But if you paid it first and then you got some money after that and you use that for the tithe, that's not first fruits, but you got to give it to make it holy first. And if you take from that, so let's say instead of giving your $100, we're gonna say to the church because we lazy, or we're gonna let y'all do it. So you take the $1,000 and you use it, right? But I'm gonna get $100 in like a few days, so I'm gonna put that $100. You done messed up. So now that $100 that you got, first of all, everything that you get needs to be a 10th. So now that gotta be a 10th of that $100 plus a fifth of that $1,000. So now you owe. You see, this is where people get caught up, and this is where people can't understand why stuff's not working for them. And then they tithe and they be like, "Oh, I'm tithing," and it don't work. You ain't read the whole message, bro. So that's all we got for today. So if you enjoyed this video and you like this type of videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We got more teachings coming soon. Because as I can see, we could have went a lot more in depth with it, but we didn't. So next round, let's get it. Yeah, it's the game. They get it, cuz.